want to do a live video on what I'm doing today. Today we're making cupcake toppers for a Lakers theme for a pull-apart cake for someone's birthday. So I just want to come on here and show you guys how I do it, what I'm doing. So the tools that you would need to create this is cupcake toppers, of course. You can get those from your local bakery supply store. And we're working with 2.5 round circles and um, and then the logo Lakers are about 2.75 or something like that. Not 2, I'm sorry. They're like 1 point something, close to 2 inches. I had to play around with it because I did it before and it was too small. I did 1.5 and they were too small. So here's a 1.5. Here's a 1.5 that I did the first time versus what I have now. See how it's bigger than that one. And what I'm going to show you on how I did these, I couldn't make up my mind on if I wanted to do the scallop look or just a round circle look. But here's the first one, the scallop look. We have a purple 2.5 scallop circle, and then the yellow is like I believe 1.5. Not even. And then I went ahead and took a rope and put it around that circle, and then I put my fondant, my edible image, I put it on some white fondant, and then I glued everything together. And I used my piping gel. You can use piping gel, dabbing hole, you can use water, but do not, I say do not, use water for your image. You need to use I use piping gel, or you can use the adhesive to glue things together. But I don't recommend water because then that will really mess up your image. So that's the scallop one. And I was just doing that to see which one I like best. So I'm going to just go with the round ones because I think it's just more masculine versus me doing the scallop. It looks too feminine. But I don't know. Whichever one you like is best, that's fine. So here I cut out a few of my images already. As I showed you in the beginning, I cut out a few of the images with my little food scissors. I'm using, here's my other cutter for the yellow. And here is the one that I'm cutting, the 2.5 round circles, the purple one. I'm using these 2 circles that came in my round set. You would need a rolling pin. And when I roll out the purple, I am using a thicker band for my rolling pin. And then when I'm rolling for the yellow, I switch to the orange round circles. But I have already made up a few already in my pen, as you can see right here. Last night I did that. So now I need to go ahead and finish because I have to do 10 more of these. And then we're going to switch to doing the basketballs. I also have my X-Acto knife and my tool here that I'm using as well. And then I have a brush. And then my piping gel. I'm using the Wilton brand. And then the fondant, of course. And then here is my rope tool. We are using the skinnier one, the very thin one here. I purchased this from Amazon. I can leave that down below if you guys like. But that's the rope tool I'm using. What else? The size of the bands, I'm really not sure. Let me see if I still have it on here. Oh, it is. So Okay, I really cannot see. 3/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and all rings fit Wilton 20-inch rollers. So I think I had a guide on here that tell me which one is which. They should have put it on the band, but it was on the top of here. So, oh, here it is. Okay, so the gold one that I'm holding that I rolled out the purple one with, this one is 3/16 of an inch, the gold ones. And the gold one is good for letters and numbers, bold plaques, shapes. And then the 1/8 inch, which is the orange one I'm using that I showed you, this orange one that I'm rolling out for the yellow, this one is 1/8 of an inch. This is good for shapes and cutouts with woods and cutouts as well. Flower petals and other casual looks. And then this blue one that's in the pack, that size is 1/16 of an inch for petals, more for petals and leaves. All right, so those are the sizes. Since I already have that done, I don't really need to roll out anything right now. So I'm going to move that back out of my way. What we are going to continue to do is, and this is, I did not add any of my, what is it? The CMC powder, Talos powder. I did not add any of that to these, to my fondant, because I didn't want it to be hard. So they're still soft because they're going on top of cupcakes. All you have to do is leave them sitting out in your pan, and see, they can still bend. Leave them sitting out in your pan and they'll become a little stiff and, more harder overnight. You don't want to put the Talos powder on this because it's not an actual, how can I say it, figurine that we need to make. So you don't have to really do that to cupcake toppers. Depend on what you're doing to the cupcake toppers, you can do that. But if you don't, no need. So let's grab my yellow fondant. And I just take a little bit out because I don't need much. If y'all have any questions, I really cannot see your questions. I probably will see the questions at the end of my video or at the bottom. But if y'all have questions on what I'm doing, put the questions down below so I can see them and I can respond to you then. So I just get the fondant rolled up into my hands, get it all warmed up. I don't put anything in my mold because I really don't need anything in there. I haven't had any issue with it getting stuck in there. So I have this little ball. And now what I do, see if I can bring you guys in, zoom in a little further. I just take my fondant and roll it in the palms of my hands. Now I just start sticking it. I just start putting it here into the mold, pushing it down like that. Make sure I got it all in there, and I just start rubbing on the top of it. You guys might hear my daughter playing in the background, but it's just me and her here today. And as I'm rubbing it in there, you can see it's starting to go into the hole evenly. If you see, like, as you rubbing and you notice like there's not much fondant in the gaps, all you gotta do is pull the fondant up. Like, let me see if I see any. I don't see any yet, but I'll show you what I mean by that. And I just rip off the little piece like that because I don't need it. Now I'm going back to make sure everything is in the hole like I need it to be and evenly flat. So I pretty much have this all filled in. I think maybe a little bit right here. So I can just snip off a little piece and put it in there, pressing it down. And if I have too much, I just go up and back, up and down. If I have too much, I just simply keep sliding it down until I get to the end. Or you can just slide it off. But be sure to mash back on top of your fondant as you go to make sure everything is all together. Because you don't want to take this out and it's not finished. And then as you go down, the excess will come off. That's too much.
That is not.
You can have a banana.
I
No cupcakes. It's still morning time. You just ate. All right. So this is finished. Now what I do is I lay it down and then I just pull up on the edge here, bring that out, and then I'm just pulling back on the sides of it. I don't want to go like this and slide it down because sometimes I notice when I do that, it presses on the rope and it takes away from the shape. And here's my rope. So now I do, what I do is I take my brush. Use the stool. So now I take my brush, I dip it in my piping gel a little bit, and I put the piping gel on the edge because that's where my rope is going. Excuse me for a second. Bring it here. Bring it here.
can reach it. I can reach it. I can reach it. Then so I'm going to go to Auntie's birthday. Out. Ew. I need paper towel. Thank you. And tell and I need my cup.
It's in the refrigerator, Ken.
I'll go get it.
Okay. I had to get my little bowl with my water for my brush. And you want to make up a few of these so you don't have to keep stopping. I'm going to do like 4 of them because 2 of the ropes will only do 2 of these rounds. And I have 6 over there that's missing the rope. to a little dip here. I need a little bit more. I know people have a lot of different ways on how they would do this. Like they have one of those little tools that's like a knife, and they just probably just push it in there and pull it all out. Okay, give me a second. Mhm.
Daddy. Mommy, I didn't wash this yet.
Are you finished your banana?
No, I didn't wash this yet.
I'm gonna do one more.
Mommy, I didn't wash this yet. Mommy. Mommy, first I got call Daddy on your phone. That's the it's me. tap with that for a second.
All right. Everything's in there evenly. Now, let's go back to putting the piping gel on here.
Why look at me?
All right. So now you just want to make sure you put your rope up against it. Not to lay it flat, but it needs to go up against the circle, like the back of it.
Mommy, I don't want this.
See if y'all can bring you in closer to see.
I don't want this.
So I'm taking the flush part, the very back of here, and I'm putting that against the circle. And when I see that everything is flush to it, I just take my little tool here and I push it up against it. Or you can use your hand to secure everything. And then I eyeball to where I'm going to end it. And I just cut the extra piece off. I use the extra piece for the next one if I need it if it's like a short piece. And that's how you put that on. And there's your nice, perfectly round scallop circle. Well, rope circle. And you want to make sure you do this neat. Let's take another one. Put up your edges. I just push the scraps off until I'm ready to use the scraps.
Mommy, I think Daddy okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, uh, but I don't tasty. Do you cut this on your phone? On your phone? Okay.
Kenya, I'm busy, okay?
But call Daddy.
Okay, I will a little later, okay?
And then you can cut it.
Yes.
And when mommy and when BJ get here, then we can get BJ tablet for his temple sister.
Mhm. And you know what? Another thing, I really didn't fix my edges here. You see a little bit of the edge on the yellow because I knew I was wrapping it around with rope and you won't really even see that. But if you are really a stickler, then by all means, have at it. Can you turn it down?
Okay.
You finish your banana?
No, I want mine.
Okay, go over there and sit.
I want some fanatic.
Okay, go put it in the refrigerator.
Let me pause my video. My talking on this other.
Refrigerator. And then sometimes, let's see if I can do it with this one. No, it's actually glued hard shut. Because I noticed my circle is off here. It's not really in the center. If you can see here on the side, I don't have that much space. And it looks not, it's not centered. So, I mean, it's noticeable to me because I'm a decorator, but it might don't be noticeable to someone else. But it's just not centered for me. And I don't want to really rip this off, but we're just going to go with it. And that's where your scraps come in handy. So don't get rid of your scraps because they are definitely useful. Have 3 more here. I'm going to hold off on doing the last 3 because I don't want to make my video so long. Be sure to put your fondant back up if you want to switch to doing something else. And when I wrap my fondant, not put it away, I actually wrap this tight in plastic wrap. And then I put it in the Ziploc bag and I put it back up in the box. Now what we're going to do is move on to the white. We're going to move on to putting the Laker sign on. You want to get your fondant all warmed back up again.
Mommy, you know me this? You know me this, Mommy? Because this is the
Again, I'm not using any Tylos powder with this because I have them all sitting in a pan and they will pretty much dry on its own. I don't want to have stiff cupcake toppers to where people don't want to bite it and don't want to eat it because it's so hard. I'm not making any figurines, so I don't need to do that. Can you play in your room?
No, I have to wash my...
Okay, we'll go sit over there with that. Thank you.
I have found the floor.
Yeah. Now with the white one, I just use my other rolling pin here with the little stoppers on it as well. Not sure the size of that one, but
Oh, yeah, okay. Bye. Bye.
then I just place my laker here. I cut all of them the same. So once I cut this one out, I can go and cut all of them out.
Mommy, look, it's a chicken leg.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, that's how I talk to my robot. That's how I talk to my robot. You see? That's how I talk to my robot. Mommy, this is funny.
Kind of create my mark. And then I take my X-Acto knife and go in there and cut it out. My X-Acto knife is kind of dull. I need to order me a new one. All right, take all the pieces around from it. Now what I do is kind of clean this up because it looks so raggedy. Kind of smooth it out with my finger, creating sharper edges. And then I just go back and I cut out a few. I kind of put this back on top of there. And then I know I still need to cut a few more off. So what I'm going to do is dry my brush from some water because I have it sitting in water. I'm going to get a little bit of that piping gel, just a little bit, not enough for it to be sliding all over the place. And I'm going to just dab straight in the middle and at the edge. I'm going to glue that, put that on there. Make sure everything is lined up before you start trimming anything else away. See here, I notice I need to clean this up some.
Mommy, did I see my ball?
No, pumpkin.
You missed it.
Cut this off in your room. Under the table. All right. I still see a little bit here. All right. So here's our logo, all ready to go, cut out. Now we're going to take one of our circles. I'm going to have to recut that. So just put all this up real quick. Take one of our circles. Put a little piping gel there. Put it on the back of your fondant piece. I turn my circle around and we put it right in the middle. And press down on it a little bit. And here's our finished cake topper, cupcake topper. Now, I want to show you guys another one real quick before I end the video. I have these very pretty basketballs. These I'm using orange fondant. These are on a 3-inch round, but I had them to do it to 2.5. So now they didn't have the 2.5 sheets. So now it's for me to go and cut this out. So just take your time and cut out your sheets, your images, and try not to cut much of the picture off. That's why I take my time and I cut very slowly. All right. Now, what I have is some orange fondant for the basketballs. And I'm using Fat Daddy-O's fondant in orange. This tub is about, this is a 2-pound tub. And I just get as much as I can out of it. And here is when I'm going to roll with my largest size, the gold one, rings on my rolling pin. Let's get my fondant all heated up a little bit though. Also, another tip to get your fondant from looking all dull and, just bring it to give it some life, you can put your hands in a little bit of the shortening and you can rub that to get rid of all the cracks and make it smooth. Can you wait, please? Can you wait and get out the refrigerator, please? Okay, wait a minute. If you get any bubbles while rolling, just take your toothpick or something sharp and pop them. But when I'm rolling small amount of fondant, I barely see bubbles when I'm rolling. I know it's flat now. Now just take my round cutter. Give it a little twist while I'm putting it in there. All right. Now, I just grab my image. It is the perfect size for it. So, you want to pull on that very, very lightly. Remember, if your brush is sitting in water, you want to let that dry off on your paper towel because you don't want to put the water on your image. And I just put some on the back of my image. Mainly the sides, or you can put it on your fondant. I mainly want to put it on the sides, and then I just dab it in the middle, just to secure it. All right. Now go like that with my palm. And then I pick up my image by lifting my mat, push up under it, and I lift it off. Versus me pulling it on the sides if it's flat on the sides. And here's your finished basketball. So here is your Lakers themed cupcake toppers. When you put it on top of your cupcake, you just icing them as you like, with whatever tip you like, and then you'll place your toppers on top of there. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit a thumbs up on this video. Kenya. Turn it down, please. If you like this video, again, I'm sorry for all the interruptions with the other music. To just hit the subscribe button and the like button, thumbs up, so you can follow me on my channel and don't miss my videos. Questions and comments, please put them down below. I'll be sure to respond to those as well. And thank you guys for tuning in and supporting my channel. Until next time, bye.